Trying to get the blood going, you know?
Get the blood going, because it's like a hangover from this week.
Yeah, so what are we going to title today, Bobby?
We're going to call it Labor Day Hangover.
I like it. A lot of you guys are still probably hungover from Labor Day. You know, got an extra day off, which was Monday. I know I enjoyed my extra day off doing absolutely nothing. Zero.
You know what? This time of the year, New England, this is the best weather in the country. It's just like it was 75, 80 degrees. It wasn't too humid. Beautiful all weekend. This is the time to be up in New England.
I love New England. And this is when the leaves start changing. You start seeing it get orangey, yellow leaves on there. If you go up to New Hampshire, you'll see it's already turning. It's already turning into those colors. So it's great foliage. Is that how you say foliage? Foliage?
Foliage.
Foliage?
Okie dokie.
Foliage, whatever. It's great.
They might not have that in the Dominican Republic where Johnny's from.
Oh boy. So, anyways, we're gonna see. Leaves are turning. So you know what that means? It's winter time. And with that being said, we moved our expo from normally it's April-May time. To this year, our big show is going to fall on September 25th, guys. And we're going back to the Sturbridge host, which a lot of you guys, I've been talking to you guys about it, been registering. Sturbridge has new owners. It's been completely renovated. That chlorine pool is gone. It's now a saltwater pool, so no chlorine smell throughout the facility. New paint, new rooms, new sheets, new curtains, no more purple light throughout the room, to make sure you ain't got, stains all over the place. But, guys, it's back at the Sturbridge host, Sturbridge, Mass., September 25th. Mark your calendars. If you have not registered, you're missing out. The reason you're missing out is, Bobby, what are we giving out today again?
Well, today is our $75 early registration, and we're going to spin that out through at the end of our show here. But to Johnny's point, registration is open now. Go to expo.gofst.com. Register now. There's a bunch of stuff that we got going on. We got some really cool things to talk about. I think we'll jump ahead and move to what are some of the things that were going to be at the training or at the Mobile Expo. Johnny, one of the things that you guys have said to us during, we have sales meetings every Friday, and the sales team will, especially after any of one of our events, will kind of like download and say, where did we do well, what did we do bad, or could we improve on? And almost every year, the sales team comes to me with the exact same thing. We need real training. Our vendors do a fantastic job of coming in and teaching us about what's new with this brand and what's new with that brand and what's coming out and talking about their products. But the actual sales process, right? The sales process, we've never had a professional sales trainer come. Well, guess what, Johnny? We got him coming this year. So Sandler Peak Performance Sales Training will be conducting 2 sessions, and we'll have a quick video to show you here in a moment. But the 2 sessions are going to be one in the morning, one in the afternoon. I looked into Sandler Peak Performance for our team. To get them to do like a multi-week training is in the thousands of dollars. So guys, an hour and a half sales training event could run you $400, $500 to attend. Guess, come to the GoFest, the Mobile Expo. Register now. The seating is limited. The cool thing about the Sturbridge host is how new it is and how neat and cool. And they even got that university room where it reminds me of like a college university training room. We've got one there. It's got a limited seating capacity. Guys, register now at expo.gofst.com and make sure that you are locking in your sales training. That Sandler sales training course. Once it's full, I can't fit no more. The room can only fit what the room can fit.
That should be hot, and let me tell you why it should be hot. A lot of you guys have said, you would like to see more of a sales training type of, training going on at the shows. You guys want to get more involved into how to talk to customers, what to say, what to do, and this is a perfect opportunity to get into a training that's really sales oriented, guys. So you guys asked for it. we made it happen.
We made it happen. And, Johnny, when you talk about the sales training, there are only the X amount of people that walk into our stores every day, right? So we have only X amount of opportunities to make that sale. So if 5 people walk into your store and you sell 5 items, it's like a win, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But what if at the end, instead of it's being 5 items, like somebody comes in and says, it's starter season, right? They want a remote starter. Well, how much is a starter? It's $199 plus tax, or some $249 plus tax, and that's a win, you'd think. But what if there was more to be had, and not only do more to be had, let's say on your side, where you would, let's say, sell a higher ticket item and make more money, but the experience for the customer, if you really know what the customer wants, at the end, the customer, if he spends $250 or he spends $450, he might be happier with the $450 because it met his needs.
Correct.
And that's what the sales training is about. The sales training is about how do we optimize the experience for the customer and optimize sales for you and your company, right? Because at the end of the day, if I spent $250, but I hated it, or I just don't like the range, or it just didn't meet my needs, it's $250 not well spent.
Correct.
If I had spent $450 and I would have been excited with the purchase, then it's $450 well spent, and it would have been more in your pocket, better customer experience, better customer renewal, right? Because if I'm happy with my purchase, I'm coming back because they took care of me.
Correct. And it's like when, even in my retail days, I was trained by some of the best in the industry, and they've always told me to ask the 3 major questions. If you're not asking these 3 questions, then I don't know how you start a sale. But first question is, what are you looking for? Obviously that's number 1. They come into the door, make sure you acknowledge that customer. Don't just let them walk in and you be like behind the counter,
like they're interrupting your day.
Yeah, so first, you acknowledge them. What are you looking for? Then you ask them, how much you looking to spend? So it gives you kind of a ballpark roundabout range of what they're looking to spend. If they tell you they have $1,000 budget, don't go telling them a $10,000 system, because that's completely over their budget. But if you talk to them about maybe $1,500, $2,000, that's kind of keeping them in the ballpark. They have a mindset of what they want to spend. It's your job to get a little bit more money out of them. And if the customer doesn't have those funds available, take a look at Snap Financing, Amica, all those financing companies that are available to you guys to bring into your stores, so that it makes their wallets a little bit easier to open up. Financing, guys, who doesn't like financing? I finance everything in my life. All my cars are financed. Even my girlfriend is financed. You have to finance everything in life to build credit. What you gonna say?
I don't know, dude. I know your girlfriend. I'm afraid to even speak now.
So, and then the last thing you want to ask them is, when do they want to do it? You get those 3 questions answered, you practically have a guaranteed sale. Problem is that a lot of guys don't know how to start the conversation. And like I said, I've been to a lot of shops where they'll just stand behind the counter and they're looking down, or they're not even at the front counter. They're in the back talking to the installers while they're working, which I don't think they should, as you're taking them from their training concentration in the back. You always should be attentive to the front. Even if it's doing simple things, cleaning up the front, vacuuming, make sure your stores are presentable, so that way you can maximize every sale that comes in through the door. So that's what this Sandler Peak Sales Performance Training will kind of talk to you about. It's going to talk to you about overcoming those challenges that you'll have in your day in and day out retail store, in your day in and day out at your retail stores, talking about how you can maximize each sale. And I think that's a big thing in our industry, where a lot of guys, unfortunately, remember, you are the brand. People come into your stores with a mindset of something they want to buy. I want to buy the XYZ brand, or, whatever other brand. It's your job to shift them to what you want them to buy. It's your job to be the brand. You are the brand. A manufacturer can only make you look as good as you make yourself look at your shops. So make sure you're presentable. You put a t-shirt with your company name, or a mechanic shirt, whatever the case is. Make sure you're constantly presentable, because you're dealing with end users and they want service. They want something that they've got in their minds and willing to spend money on. So it's your job to grab that. So make sure you register for the Mobile Expo September 25th, and I recommend registering for the Sandler Peak Sales Performance Training.
Right, that's I mean, if you got a sales guy that's in your shop, make sure he's there. If you've got an installer that happens to come upside and up front and he's also doing sales, he's got to show up. If you're the owner operator and you're the guy that makes the sales, you've got to be there at this Sandler training. If your girlfriend is the one that comes to your office, or your wife, she comes to the office and she's at the front counter and she's the one that's making sales, you got to bring her, register. Bring it to the Sandler Peak Sales Performance Training, either the morning session or the afternoon session. It's time well spent. I guarantee it will bring dividends to your business.
I can guarantee you that Shelby could probably run circles around a lot of people when it comes to product information.
Yeah,
she really knows her stuff.
She's like ADD when it comes to that. She knows it all.
So guys, the point is, make sure you come to these sales trainings. Don't let Shelby beat you out on knowledge, because this girl she impresses me sometimes when she's talking about product, and I'm like, how do you know this? She goes, I listen to you all the time. So I was like, well, sorry.
Yeah, there's one of us.
Yeah. So come on down, register. Now, next thing we want to talk about is Sony promo calendar. September pricing is pretty much coming to an end, right, Bob?
So do we know that the pricing on the 3200 ended? That ended last week. Sony came out with a bunch of new items that are on promo. There's, we've got the units like the 3700, the 4000, the 6000, the 8100, then the 8500. So plus all the XS speakers. Now, XS speakers, we've done a great job in selling through. Guys, if you're interested in the XS speakers, get a hold of your GoFast sales rep, because we're going to blow through our allotment before the end of the month. They're going that fast. And on the other units from Sony, call your GoFast sales rep, because we've got some deals on Sony product you're not going to want to miss, especially that 8500, that big floating screen.
Yeah.
That's a deal on that. Guys, you better call your GoFast sales rep and get your hands on one.
And if you haven't played around with that thing, shame on you, because it is literally the most loaded head unit in the industry at such an aggressive price. And like Bobby said, I keep forgetting the months. I thought it was in October for some reason. I was like, wait a minute, the Sony sales ended.
Johnny wants to go on vacation. Johnny's going, I believe, to Aruba in October, so he's trying to go right through this month.
I am.
He said, like, shoo, right through September.
So, guys, make sure you get a lot of you guys enjoy these promo pricing, the great sound quality, the quality of Sony. Make sure you load up your stores before the end of the month, because some of those promos are coming to an end. And those GS speakers, if you haven't played with them, shame on you once again. Impressive speakers for low dollar value, and you can make 3-4 times retail pricing on them from your cost. I don't know many companies that do that, but I can guarantee you that 50 to 60% margin is your normal with those speakers. So make sure that you get a hold of your sales rep, you put a few on your board, and you hear the quality, because you'll be surprised.
And you can only get those through the authorized Sony distributor in New England, and that's, guess who? That's us. Well, give us a call. Yeah, nice. I don't know what he's pointing at.
I don't have a shirt. Sorry. I didn't come prepared today.
Not prepared.
So make sure you jump all over that, because the promo is ending soon. Now, let's talk about limitless training, because Bob don't know how to write, and he put Linkswell training on his paper. But it's a limitless training, guys. Mark your calendars. It's happening on 2 days, Tuesday the 17th and Wednesday the 18th. There's going to be 4 different training times. 2 each day. I have posted it up on the GoFast Solutions Facebook page. I've also posted it up on our GoFast Solutions dealer page, and on top of that, on my personal Facebook page. If you guys need any more information about the Linkswell training,
the limitless training.
You messed me all up.
I messed them up.
He literally wrote Linkswell training. I'm not even kidding you. I'm looking down on his paper, and I'm like, oh, wait. I was going to say it again. Limitless training. If you want to learn all about the best batteries out in the market for power sports, Harley Davidsons, definitely come to that training. They kind of figured out how to make it work. There's going to be new products coming out soon, which will blow the competition out of the water with their technology and with just how small those batteries are. Me, myself, and I can honestly tell you, I changed over a battery in my car recently because it was dead.
Good reason.
Yeah, to a Linkswell as a secondary battery. Linkswell. Here we go again with
Oh
Linkswell.
my God, you are.
Limitless. Stop looking at your paper. A limitless battery. You know, I changed it over to a limitless battery, and I can tell you night and day difference. And the battery's half the size. It's insane.
You guys, if you're selling Cicada motorcycle product, if you're selling a Diamond motorcycle, if you're selling any of the other brands, like Kenwood Exelon or any of the brands, and you've got a niche into the motorcycle market, guys, you gotta get a look at this limitless lithium ion battery, lithium batteries, right? Not ion.
Well, they also have the no-so.
Right, they've got a bunch of things. Join that training. It's good for your business. You'll be able to get some ideas. And I'm telling you, if you're doing motorcycles, you have to be on this training because this is going to make you money.
And like Bobby said, Cicada, Diamond Audio, Kenwood Exelon, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you're doing any type of power sports, I don't care if it's a bike, any type of power sports, even automotive, make sure you join this training because Limitless is going to show you the differences between their batteries and, the competition. Why they've been such a big hit with the Harley Davidson guys. They're the number one selling battery. They sold through their first batch of Limitless batteries in a matter of months like this. We're talking about thousands of batteries, guys. So there's a reason why a lot of people are using Limitless. Make sure that you join this training because it's just going to give you more information. Like I said, knowledge is power, guys. The more you know, the easier it is for you to sell this product. And I guarantee you, if you're not selling it, your competition is. So let's talk about now.
Now can we talk about Linkswell?
Now we can talk about
Linkswell.
Holy crap, Bobby. So Linkswell, we have a 10% off promo going on right now as we speak on some of the most popular, big screen units. The GMs. Hold on, I can't see this. I'm like, there we go. So Chevy Silverado, GMC Sierra, Dodge Ram, Jeep JL Wrangler, the new 12.1 inch they got, Toyota Tacoma, Ford F-Series, whether it's light duty F-150, 250 to super duty 350, etc. They do have units for that. They also have the Jeep JL 15.6 inch receiver. So make sure you get a hold of your sales rep. We have them in stock, guys. Save yourself 10% and talk about it today because Linkswell is, a leader when it comes to those big screen units that go in the dash for vehicle-specific product vehicles. There are a lot of companies out there, no-name brand, Chinese crap. Linkswell's done the R&D to make sure that their units are superior compared to all those units out there. You're not going to compare an Amazon or eBay unit to a Linkswell unit. I'm sorry, you can't. It's impossible. It's like comparing a BMW to a Honda Civic.
Well, the issue with a lot of those tablet radios is the compatibility with the vehicle.
Correct.
Linkswell's on their 6th generation, guys. Six generations. So they've gone through the headaches and made the mistakes and had the issues and they've cleaned them all up and they're on their 6th generation. And 10%, John, on a Linkswell radio, we're talking about $150, $160 discount. That's what 10% will get you off of a Linkswell unit. So if you guys have been looking at this market, if you've been looking at the Linkswell unit, or you've got people that are interested, now's the time because you're going to get that extra 10 points. Put that in your pocket. Make sure that you're taking care of your installers. Take sure you're taking care of your business. Take that extra 10%, put it in your pocket, and for your Christmas fund, and make the money on these units because these units are dynamite.
And like Bobby said, Linkswell's on their 6th generation of the big screen units. I can tell you every phone call I get it at least 4 to 5 times a day. I got this head unit that somebody bought on Amazon or eBay. It's one of those tablet style radios. The harness doesn't work on it. The AC controls don't work on it. All the features that it states, it doesn't work on it. The screen is black, blah, 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 blah. Go on and on with all the nightmares on those head units. Linkswell has done the research, the R&D, and all that. So their gauges. We had, what was it that we had? We had the Ram here, right?
Yes.
With a Lynxwell tablet style. No, actually, it wasn't a Ram. I'm sorry, it was an F-150 with the tablet style radio. And I was looking at it, I was like, I need to upgrade my radio to that because that's pretty badass. The radio, when you hit the climate control, it's all on there. It shows you put it up and down. The heater climate control comes on and off. Your navigation was done through wireless CarPlay Android Auto. That was huge. It worked. It literally was a breeze. When it came down to even internet browsing, because the truck had a Wi-Fi based card in there, Wi-Fi card, hotspot's what I was trying to look for. It actually worked, and I was going to Google, I was going to Pornhub. I'm sorry. Sorry. I was checking out all the different links on there to see if it worked, and it did work out very, very well. So it's a cool unit because it works. And guys, I guarantee you it's going to work. Like I said, Bobby said it himself, 6th generation. That means they've trial and error 6 times, and they've perfected it to the point where it's not like those no-name brand units that are on in the market. This will work out of the box, and we have them in stock.
Yeah, I make the analogy of remote start and these Lynxwell units, right? Remote starts where we're all know the remote starter business, especially up here in New England. Mm-hmm. Would you take a no-name brand bypass and use that in a vehicle that you're going to do a remote start in? No.
I hope not.
Nobody would, right?
I hope not.
You're going to use one of the 3 major bypasses because you know that the software's been vetted, mm-hmm. that they've gone through the troubles, they've gone through the headaches, they've bumped their head, they've fixed it. You're going to use one of those 3 bypasses. Well, it's the same type of software question, right? You're with Lynxwell, it's their 6th generation. They've made the mistakes. They've had the software kinks. With Chinese or the imported no-name brand, they haven't gone through that. And then who do you talk to if something goes wrong? Lynxwell has the tech support. They've got a company like GoFast supporting them. Lynxwell, if you're going to buy one of these big tablet radios, now's the time to go with Lynxwell. Plus, you get that 10 points. It's a no-brainer, guys. Call your GoFast sales rep because that's a home run for you guys.
So, guys, next I want to talk about is, excuse me, my voice is like all of a sudden disappearing here. Next thing is product spotlight. We usually do an unboxing now we've started doing it more and more because you guys have suggested it. I thought it was a great idea. I like unboxing. So today's unboxing is going to be the brand new, and I say literally brand new, CompuStar 8910A, alarm only. So I've already opened it up. I didn't want. Usually I swing things around, but this time we made it professional. So, ding, free Bobby. So, a couple of things that I saw on this new alarm. So, if you guys aren't familiar with the 2W Q900 FM remotes, these are gorgeous remotes. Nice color LCD screen. Tells you all the features. Usually here it'll tell you voltage, also your vehicle, and time. But because it's not hooked up to anything, it's going to come back and tell me, 1.6 volts. That's what your current battery charge is here. Tells you pretty much all the features on the screen. Now, cool thing about this piece is that it also includes the brand new 3-button CompuStar remote. These remotes are gorgeous. They have an OEM feel. They literally, feel rigid, waterproof. These are going to be moving forward the CompuStar one-way CS products that come all in one. So it'll be 2 of these in the box. But wait, there's more. So this is, like I said, OEM feel, nice small look. If you're looking for a 1-button, we will have the new Start 1 buttons in stock available for you guys. I know that's been, the 1 buttons have been a big hit with CompuStar. They're not going to exist anymore because they downsized SKUs, inventory. They want to just make sure that they had all the core products for you guys this season and make sure they had it in stock. We will have it on New Start. So all you guys that want the 1 button, that nice little 1-button start, stop, and unlock, we will have it in stock. So make sure you ask your sales rep for the New Start 1 buttons. Those will be in stock. Now, something else that CompuStar did pretty cool with these units is, look how small that brain is. It's got a data port, so it's got 2 data ports, one for drone and one for a bypass. Obviously, certain vehicles require, a bypass to do door lock for convenience features, etc., alarm, disarm, etc. But you want to add a drone, the data port's right there. So CompuServe thought about everything, literally, with this size brain. It's tiny, it's itty bitty, so it's very versatile. Now, they also thought about another thing. You guys have also said, well, your shock sensor is kind of bulky. You know what I mean? It's got that spring-loaded shock sensor inside that sometimes it's
got that 90s feel.
Yeah, well, it gives you that false, because it's not really, it's on a rubber band, so it could false depending if it sags or not. Well, CompuStar one-upped pretty much everybody. CompuStar came out with their digital shock sensor. Look how itty-bitty this thing is. It's got the two sections so you can strap a zip tie onto, wherever it fits best. This thing is your tilt sensor and shock sensor, so it's 2-in-1 shock sensor. It is a digital shock sensor, so there is no spring inside that actually, you can feel. Back in the old shock sensor, you would tap it and feel the spring. You can't feel nothing because this is a digital shock sensor. So, as you can see, CompuStar's downsized everything. They literally made things smaller and made it more OEM look and more OEM feel. And I think it's awesome that they came out with this type of product. So, guys, in stock right now, the 8910A. Make sure you call your sales rep to get that, to get those on your queue. Because alarms is huge, guys.
Oh, yeah. Alarm security is big.
It's big. Guys are getting their cars broken in for wheels. That's an upsell. That you would need with older units a additional module. The tilt sensor from CompuStar has it built in with their new one for tilt. So you could charge for wheel protection, and they won't know it's already built into the shock sensor. So guys, make sure you get a hold of your sales rep, and let's get a couple of CompuStar units on board. That was unboxing. Now, let's talk about product giveaway. We had a competition that was running.
Right, do we want to do the giveaways first, or do we want to talk about JVC?
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot.
Let's talk about our brand of the week. It's sitting up in. It's only all sitting in front of us. JVC.
You didn't put it on this paper there, Bobby.
Oh, you mean on the top where it says brand of the week, JVC?
Yeah, but usually we go by. See, guys, when we literally get Bobby hands these papers. This is how we used to do it back in the day. Ben Rudnick was
good.
Famous for being like line 1, line 2. This is what we're going to talk about, line 1, line 2. Bobby hands me this paper and misses half of everything. So
sad but true.
Savage. But anyways, let's talk about product of the week. This week, our product of the week is going to be JVC. Guys, some of you guys have known JVC for decades.
Of course.
Eons almost. It feels like eons. The company is a true leader when it comes to technology. They always think about the forefronts, about you guys and how the product's going to be used and how you're going to the technology's constantly changing, especially with iPhone, Android. So they came out with we've done a couple of unboxings already on these two units.
Both of those you did them.
Yeah. Excuse me. So the JVC KW M590BT, check your talk to your sales reps, because right now this product is on sale.
That product is on sale. It's the entry level Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. All of their LCD 7-inch screen units have the gesture touch. We went through this one time, where it's kind of like, this is up, this is down. I did this for my wife. It doesn't work. So my wife is not made by JVC, right? But you can certainly lower volume, you can raise volume, you can shift to the next song if you're streaming, all from gesture touch. So definitely take a look at the JVC units, because that makes them unique.
Well, it makes them unique because people are still asking for knobs. I don't know what the infatuation is with knobs for volume, up and down. Excuse me. These guys want their volume up, volume down on a knob. To me, it blows my mind. Why? So JVC did one step and did the gesture touch. So you want your knob. All right. Well, we can't give you a knob, obviously, because screens are getting bigger and they want to take as much
real estate for the screen itself.
Exactly. So they did that gesture touch. Now, not only is the screens getting bigger, chassis are getting smaller. So, and it's because a lot of these car manufacturers, which, they don't talk to any of these other aftermarket manufacturers. They really don't. They say, well, I'm Mr. XYZ brand, and I'm going to do it this way. And you have no choice but to use our crappy unit in your vehicle, which you're going to punch a hole through it. So Maestro, in coalition with Maestro, Maestro makes a lot of very unique dash kits for these hard vehicles that nobody does. So all these receivers have to get smaller and smaller. Well, JVC made a half chassis, single chassis, lower at the bottom, with it's like literally this wide. So it fits into those dash kits with no problem. Like the new Transit Connect. 2022, 2023, you ever done a brand new Transit Connect? The radio's like this big. It's literally no room to fit anything. Maestro came out with a dash kit for it. JVC said, well, we're gonna come out with a unit that is Maestro compatible, which is the 595 BT, and you can use this radio with that Maestro dash kit, no problems. So now you've got 2 receivers to pick from. Choose them. JVC is, like Bob said, a leader in technology. The bottom 595 has got CarPlay Android Auto, small chassis, also does Sirius XM and Maestro. The top one is just your entry level, no Sirius XM, no Maestro. But if you've got that customer that brought in that paperwork from online saying they can buy a receiver for $100, well, you got them covered with a better unit at a very
name brand, right? An A brand. They bring you Android Auto, Apple CarPlay in that sub $200 price point. That's where where you're street fighting. You've got something that's an A brand, not a knockoff brand, not a brand that you might have heard of. This is a brand. We always talk about this when we're talking about some of the A brands that we represent. JVC is a brand that even the novice consumer walk in and go, oh, JVC, I've heard of that brand.
Yep.
So I know that it's a reputable brand, and that's halfway through your sale, because now you've already established that you're selling something that's of value, that it's something that's quality. You've just got to figure out what is it that they really need, so you meet their needs. And with JVC, you're covered here with these 2 units, the 590 and the 595 BT.
Yeah, so guys, and also they make the big screen units, the ZR 1000.
1000, right? The floating screen.
That's a pretty bad unit. I have had personal hands-on with that unit. If you want a sound quality piece, definitely give that a try. I've put it on my meter and actually tested the ratings on the RCA voltage and on the speaker side, and also what it's going to output on the output side for like a 4-channel amp, and it performed very, very well. So definitely ask for that. JVC also makes speakers, meaning 6.5, 6x9s, 5.25 components, etc. At a, not gonna say entry level price point, because it's really not entry level. These are actually one of the best, not gonna say best sounding, but one of the better sounding speakers at its price category. It really is. I don't think JVC gets enough credit when it comes to their speakers and subwoofers and amps. I think a lot of people need to really try this company for speakers, subwoofers, and amps, and really take that bias mentality out and understand what the cost. Like, you could get a full system. I think it was like $800 for like a 5-channel amp, front speakers, rear speakers, a subwoofer. For $800, you can't really do that with any brand out there.
And you're getting and again, we states when you're selling that that entry level system, it's still with a brand that's JVC that person's still going to recognize.
Correct, and it being it's like I said, one of the better sounding speakers. I don't think a lot of people give them credit for their quality. Like I said, they make some of the smallest amplifiers. I've got some dealers that they really only want these amplifiers. They're tiny. They're like this, literally. These are marine grade amplifiers. Excuse me. You can fit them pretty much anywhere. It is adjustable. It's a 4-channel. They make a 4-channel and a mono. They're tiny. They really are. I don't think people really give them. They're Class Ds. They also make marine head units. Sorry, but I keep hitting you. I don't know what's going. Freaking arm keeps like.
All right, Johnny, I'll stand out here where you guys give you room.
I'll move over here. So they make marine head units. A lot of people have side-by-side slingshots. They're looking for little head units that are tiny. That does Bluetooth. Also allows for backup camera input. This will be your head unit for you. Sorry, Bob, don't want to hit you again.
You know what's super cool, Johnny? As we were talking about the leaves changing and it's starting to get cold. Well, guess what? most of our in New England at least, a lot of guys are going to start to, in the next couple of weeks, start to pull their boats out of the water, right? Put the boats out of the water, set them up for the winter. Well, guess what? When the boats are out of the water, that's when it's time to do the upgrades. And JVC's got you covered here with their marine head units, their marine amplifiers, or with the IP ratings. You just can't go wrong with this product. You got something that's a name brand, and you've got an entire category opening up now as boats come out of the water.
And it's that's a pretty good comment you made about that. A lot of people are taking their boats out of the water, so they don't wait to start promoting this stuff when it's already boat season, guys. Marine season, get them now. Have them drop the boats off at your shops. Do the work so that it's ready for next season, and you get a early start on the following season. Now, I made a comment of this unit itself for boats. Obviously a reverse camera. You can add a reverse camera to a boat, and it'll be nice if you're docking your boat without having to look constantly back, or if you don't have a stern drive area that you can actually back the boat up. You can keep backing it up in front of you with a backup camera. Now, use this on a side-by-side or slingshot or even a Riker, a very tiny footprint. Put a camera back there. Those vehicles are hard to see behind them, especially if you're sitting in a slingshot. There's no way you can see behind you. You can turn on the monitor and actually view the traffic that's behind you, or if you're parking it, you can view it behind you. So, guys, this has a lot of uses. It's not just for boats. It has automotive uses, especially classic cars. I can think of a million different uses that you can do with something like that, with a tiny screen, Bluetooth compatible, volume select up and down. You can add amplifiers to it, etc. There's plenty of uses. Now, they also make some of the most popular head units on the market, both single DIN and double DIN. For your basic guys that still want CD, JVC's does a KDT 925 BTS, BTS standing for Bluetooth and satellite. So it is Sirius XM ready. It also has their K2 technology, which, if you're not familiar with K2 technology, all their head units have K2 technology. What it is it's the technology they use for home acoustics, for sound percussion, doing a whole percussion system in a studio. That's the technology they're using, and they're adding it onto their head unit, so it makes the music sound much clearer, much brighter, much better. It is Alexa ready. They also make some mechless unit single DINs, which, if you don't have CDs, you don't really care for CDs, but you still want this single DIN entry. You only have a single DIN entry. You can do a mechless unit. They make marine radios the same way also. So JVC has you covered, guys. It's not just head units. It's not just speakers, amps, and subs. They have you covered on all around brand.
Sure, absolutely. And for those of you guys in New England, upstate New York, and New York, we are an authorized distributor for JVC all over, right? So all of New England, all of New York State, all of New York metros, northern and central Jersey. We're your headquarters for JVC. Give your Go Fast sales rep a call. We'll get you set up. Whether you're looking for the Android Auto 7-inch screens, to the Marine, to a CD. Johnny, a CD unit.
I know, dude. That's like asking for cassette decks. That's almost impossible. But you know what? We still get a lot of requests, even though customers don't have CDs. They want a CD player. I don't know why, but they do.
My wife was cleaning out. We're cleaning out the over the Labor Day weekend. We're cleaning out the middle room that we've only been living there for 3 years. We still have a middle room that's chock full of junk that we still have to clean out. And we come through a box of CDs, and she's like, "Don't throw those out." I'm going, "Why?" She's like, "They're CDs. They're valuable." I go, "Where will you play them?" And she's like, "I don't know." Well, they don't even have a CD player anymore. Not in our cars, not in the house.
New cars don't come with CD players.
Not at all. But if you still have CDs and you've got some of the better sounding CDs, JVC's got you set up with this 925 BTS. So everything that you need from a head unit, from an A head unit line, so A brand, not a B or C tier or third tier, A tier head unit company. with amps, speakers, the whole line. JVC, and we are your authorized distributor for JVC in New York, Metro, and New England.
It's funny how they break up New York into two sections, Metro and Upstate. You know what I mean? It's like two different worlds.
Right, all the liberals in the city and all the conservatives upstate.
I don't.
Yeah, I know.
I don't care about any of that. But regardless, if you're looking for a head unit brand that's really trusted, has been around for a long time in your retail stores, give JVC a try.
So Johnny, we're gonna give some stuff away.
Well, let's first start off with the heat lamp.
You want to give it the right? So guys, we had a Solar Guard heat lamp display contest. Geez, I wish I was stronger or better looking.
He's not better looking or stronger.
This is the heat lamp. It is brand new. It's still in the box. We haven't taken it out of the box to show you because once I take it out of the box, we'll never get it back the same way. Yep. Brand new heat lamp display. We've talked about it for several weeks now. This is how you're going to sell more high-end stuff.
He's got a picture. Oh, hold on, right there. There's a picture right there of the heat lamp display.
Nice.
That is exactly how it looks, guys. So
except for the fire, I put that in.
Oh God. Well, here we got a list of a bunch of people on the wheel. Guys, this is fair. As you can see, this wheel is just spitting out its own. We're just gonna hit it and it's gonna do a quick rotation and stop.
I'll put some music on there, Johnny.
Oh God, what did you put now? Here we go, Bobby. Let's hit this.
It's like this friend's
Congratulations to Citywide Glass. You won the heat lamp. So congratulations. Get a hold of your sales rep and we'll get this heat lamp out to you ASAP. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you to everybody that his name is on that wheel. That's a lot of names. Thank you for tuning in to joining the fun with the heat lamp competition. Why do I when I see that monitor, I tend to be like a bug, like yeah. So, guys, thank you for joining the competition. Congratulations, Citywide. Well deserved. Next thing we want to give away is the $75 Mobile Expo early registration. So, guys, excuse me. I'm a little dry right now. I need water. Don't even say nothing. Guys, we do this every year. We've done this for, decades, from the old regime to now the new regime. Early registration, guys. We started last week off with $100. Somebody won that. This week is $75. Somebody's going to win that. Next week is $50, then $25, and then it's the day of the expo.
And it's the day of the expo, right? So every Wednesday through the expo, there is an early registration contest prize. All you've got to do is register. Go to expo.gofst.com, register for the mobile expo. Make sure that you're setting yourself up with the training classes that you want to attend. Mm-hmm. You certainly want to attend that Sandler Peak Performance Sales training. So, guys, go to expo.gofst.com. Register now. Next week, your name might be spun around, and we might be calling your name, and Johnny will misspell that.
And one more thing, also, make sure that you register early. You get into the trainings early. It is going to be jam packed like it normally is. We also want to make sure that if you do win these prizes, you have to come to the show to collect it. We're not mailing them out.
That's a great point, guys. For our last week, it was Luis Villegas from Soundwave Mobile in Northport, Long Island. When you show up, come to the registration desk, tell them who you are. They will have the card there waiting for you. The $75 winner, same thing. I'll actually say your name here in a minute as soon as Johnny says, spin that wheel.
Yeah, and so guys, as you can see, a lot of people have registered. If your name's not on here, make sure you register. Get on that registration. Expo.gofst.com. That's where you register. And let's spin that wheel.
Just for music.
Oh my God. Put your hands up. What is up with that music you picked? Oh, congratulations to Pat Spencer from Pat's PCs. You won the $75 entry to the giveaway.
So the early registration, $75 gift card. Pat, don't forget, when you register, you come into the Sturbridge host. As you walk in, you're going to the right. That's where be our registration area. Just tell them who you are. They'll have that $75 gift card waiting there for you. And you know what? That's a good idea to bring it, because we're going to have the outlet room in the Mobile Expo. There's going to be a ton of things that you're going to want to buy, a ton of deals that you're guys are only going to get when you show up to the Mobile Expo. This won't be in an email. This won't be shipped out. This is only for guys that are at the show. There's going to be deals there, so you're going to want to use that $75 right there and then, and get yourself some crazy deals for Mobile Expo 2024.
And guys, you don't need to re-register. I got to reiterate this. You guys don't need to re-register week after week to try to get on the spinny wheel of life. We carry on all the names week after week. We take the names out of the ones who've won already, so that way nobody,
nobody wins twice.
So make sure you're not double registering. That just screws up the numbers for us. We have to have a final tally count on food, drinks, because there is going to be an open bar. And as Bobby mentioned, we are going to have a closeout room, which is going to be hopefully on the expo floor. And the cool thing about this year is because it's at the Sturbridge host, parking is actually on the outside. So if somebody decides on buying the whole sales area and taking it to their car, they're going to be right there, a step away from the entrance to the main entrance, not walking a mile trying to get all the stuff.
Right. You could go right out to the parking lot, drop your things in the car, lock the trunk, come back inside, grab a beer with us, because we'll have a happy hour from 5 to 6 p.m.
Correct. And then we'll be giving some good stuff away from 5:30 on. So.
We got some stuff. Johnny and I will be there. We'll probably be having music when it's spinny wheel.
And guys, as you know, Go Fast does it big. We gave away $1 million, $500,000, $250,000 in the past. So we'll see what we
Johnny,
do.
I got some. Maybe we'll save it for next week. Our grand prize list. Make sure you guys tune in next week. We'll reveal some of the grand prize lists that you're definitely going to want to be a part of. So guys, expo.gofst.com. Make sure that you register. Make sure you're registering for classes. Make sure you're registering for the Sandler peak sales performance. And Johnny, we've got actually a video. So the team from Sandler peak sales performance, they put it together for us. Why don't we just show it to you guys, and from there we will see you guys next week.
Later, guys. Adios.
Hi, Doug Rawadi and Bob Carbonella here from Sandler Peak Sales Performance, inviting you to join us Wednesday, September 25th at the Sturbridge Host Hotel and Conference Center for the Go Fast Solutions Mobile Expo 2024, where we'll be exhibiting and conducting 2 sales training classes for Expo attendees. Now, for those who may not be familiar with Sandler, Bob will give you a quick general company overview and a few specifics about Sandler Peak. Bob, take it away.
Thanks, Doug. Sandler Training is a global training company that was started actually here in Connecticut over 50 years ago. Our franchise, known as Sandler Training by Peak Sales Performance, was founded back in 2003. Clients come to us for a variety of reasons, but mostly because they're frustrated by a lack of sufficient revenue growth. They're concerned that they're having to settle for less profitable new sales. They're upset because the sales team is just truly not prospecting enough for new business. And lastly, they don't have any consistent sales process that they follow. So Doug, why don't you share more on the specifics of the program coming up?
Sure, Bob, thanks. The program, titled Why Salespeople Fail and What You Can Do About It, is a 90-minute interactive introduction to some of Sandler's time-tested key strategies and principles. A few things you'll learn in the session are the importance of quickly establishing equal business stature, why people don't buy features and benefits, the 4 critical buying emotions, and how a bulletproof sales process allows you to control the sales conversation from beginning to end and quickly qualify or disqualify prospects. Now, registration is required for both of these sessions, and seating is limited, so consider signing up today. That's it for now. Thanks for your time and attention, and we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday, September 25th at the event. Take care.
a bunch of new
Biggie,
starts.
biggie, biggie. Want to see?
We're almost.